Snow is falling without a sound. The city's wearing quieter shoes. I walk inside this corner cafe, trying to shake off yesterday's news. The door closes, the cold stays out. My hands wrap around something kind. For the first time all morning, I don't feel so far behind. I've been holding my breath too long, like strength means standing alone. But this simple warmth reminds me I don't have to carry it all on my own. There's still warmth in my hands, even if the night was long. Still light in the distance, still a reason to move on. This coffee, this moment says I'm stronger than I knew. If the world feels heavy today, I'll take it slow. I'll make it through. I've chased answers down empty roads, called mistakes by different names. But every winter I've survived has taught me something stays the same. That hope doesn't shout or rush, it waits where hearts are calm. Like a song you almost forgot, still knowing every line. I don't need tomorrow's song, I don't need the perfect view. Just a reason to believe again in something warm and true. There's still warmth in my hands, even if the night was long. Still light in the distance, still a reason to move on. This coffee, this moment says I'm stronger than I knew. If the world feels heavy today, I'll take it slow. I'll make it through. Let the snow fall where it may, let the past stay where it belongs. I'll meet the day with open hands and carry myself along. There's still warmth in my hands as the morning starts to grow. Every step I take from here feels lighter than before. I don't need to rush the answers, I don't need the proof tonight. If hope can live inside this cup, then I'll be alright. The cup runs empty, the street turns bright, footprints fade into the day. I walk outside a little steadier than the doubts I left inside. The streetlights fade in winter blue. My breath is hanging in the air. A small cafe is opening soon. I see the warmth from over there. The city moves a little slow, like it's afraid to break the calm. I hold my cup with frozen hands and let the silence settle down. Every worry I've been carrying starts to loosen its grip on me. In this quiet morning moment, I almost start to believe. Coffee before the snow wakes the city. Hope in a cup, just enough for today. The world feels lighter, the road less heavy. I tell my heart you'll be okay. Through fogged up glass and fading night, a softer future comes into view. One warm sip, one honest breath, and I begin again with you. Songs play inside my head from days when everything felt new. Back when dreams were simple things and I still trusted where they led. The past sits gently at my side, not pulling, just reminding me that every winter eventually makes room for something green. I don't need all the answers now, just a reason not to run. This quiet table, empty chair, feels like a place to stay a while. Coffee before the snow wakes the city. Hope in a cup, just enough for today. The world feels lighter, the road less heavy. I tell my heart you'll be okay. Through fogged up glass and fading night, a softer future comes into view. One warm sip, one honest breath, and I begin again with you. Maybe tomorrow still feels far, maybe the sky gray, but right now I'm exactly here, and that is enough to stay. Coffee before the snow wakes the city. Morning light learns how to stay. I don't need perfect, I don't need ready, just one more step along the way. If hope is small, I'll hold it close. If love is quiet, I'll listen to. This winter morning taught my heart how starting over can feel true. The cup is empty, the street is bright. The day has finally found its sound. I walk outside a little stronger than the man who sat down. The sky is learning how to shine between the cracks of night. I'm sitting where the coffee steams and everything feels right. The city breathes a softer breath than it did just hours ago. Like it's telling me, take your time, like it already knows. I've been worried about the long way home, about the things I couldn't fix. But the morning has a way of forgiving all of it. Morning finds me again with its hands on my shoulders. Says you made it this far, you can make it a little further. One cup, one deep breath, one step back into the light. If yesterday was heavy, today feels kind. go down the street, coats pulled tight, eyes away. Everyone is carrying more than they ever say. But here inside this quiet space, I'm allowed to be still, allowed to let the future wait until my heart is filled. I don't need to win the day, I don't need to be brave, I just need to keep on moving in my own honest way. Morning finds me again with its hands on my shoulders, says you made it this far, you can make it a little further. One cup, one deep breath, one step back into the light. If yesterday was heavy, today feels kinder somehow. Let the snow melt when it's ready, let the answers take their time. I don't need the perfect moment, just a reason to try. Morning finds me again, and I'm not walking alone. Every quiet beginning feels closer to home. One cup, one deep breath, one truth I can stand behind. No matter how cold it's been, hope always shows up on time. The door opens, daylight calls, the street hums low and kind. I step outside with steady feet and leave the night behind. The cafe's almost empty now, just cups and early light. I stir my thoughts into the steam and let them settle right. Outside the snow is falling slow, like it has nowhere to go. For once my mind feels just the same, not rushing, letting go. I've been loud inside my head, trying to outrun the fear, but silence has a way of making everything clear. Quiet is where hope lives, in the space between the sounds, in the pause before the morning, when your heart is finally found. This cup, this breath, this moment is enough to let me stay. I don't need to feel okay yet, just a little more each day. I've measured time and broken plans and nights that wouldn't end, but every winter teaches us the cold can still be kind. The warmth I feel is nothing loud, it doesn't beg or prove, it's just a gentle voice that says you're allowed to move. I don't need to solve it all, I don't need to be strong, I just need to keep believing this stillness won't last long. Quiet is where hope lives, in the space between the sounds, in the pause before the morning, when your heart is finally found. This cup, this breath, this moment is enough to let me stay. I don't need to feel okay yet, just a little more each day. Let the snow fall where it wants, let the past stay out of sight. I'll trust the way the light comes in, softly changing night to light. is where hope lives, not in answers, not in plans, but in holding something warm with shaking hands. This cup, this breath, this moment feels like truth I can't believe. I don't need to rush the healing. Hope is patient, so am I. The door opens, morning breeze, the street begins to move. I leave with nothing certain, but that's enough to prove. The cafe lights are dimming now, the morning's learning how to breathe. I take my time with one last sip, like I don't want the calm to leave. The window shows a softer world than the one I knew last night, as if the day is saying, take me slow, you're doing fine. I've been afraid of stepping out, of losing what I found, but even quiet moments are meant to turn around. This is the last sip before the day begins, before the noise comes rushing in. I hold this warmth a second longer before I face what's waiting there. If hope is small, I'll carry it like something fragile, something true, one step at a time into the cold, knowing I'll make it through. I've watched the seasons change my plans more times than I can say, but every winter leaves behind a reason still to stay. The man I was an hour ago feels distant, feels untrue. I didn't change the world in here, but I changed how I move. I don't need the perfect words, I don't need a sign, just a quiet understanding that I'll be fine. This is the last sip before the day begins, before the noise comes rushing in. I hold this warmth a second longer before I face what's waiting there. If hope is small, I'll carry it like something fragile, something true, one step at a time into the cold, knowing I'll make it through. Let the door open when it does, let the future call my name. I'll meet it with the calm I found, and nothing left to blame. This is the last sip before the day begins, and I'm not walking out alone. Every quiet moment I've kept feels like something I can own. If hope is small, I'll carry it. If the road is long, I'll stay. This cafe taught my tired heart how to face another day. The cup is empty, daylight's loud, footsteps fill the street. I step outside a little steadier than the man who took that seat. The snow learned your name, world stood still and bright. A single breath of winter air fell silent in the night. Your footsteps wrote their stories across the frosted street. A moment carved in silver, where love and winter meet. The city sighed in moonlight, the sky was pale and blue, and every drifting snowflake seemed shaped in memory of you. The night the snow learned your name remains my favorite scene. A cinematic tenderness, too fragile to serene. Though time may frost the heart again and life may rearrange, I still wander back to winter, to the night the snow learned your name. Some names become the seasons, some warm us through the cold, and yours became my winter. Stories softly told. The night the snow learned your name still glimmers in my mind, a quiet film of longing the years could never blind. Though everything keeps changing, your memory stays the same. In that gentle winter moment when the snow first learned your name. The snow that knows my heartbeat falls quietly tonight. It lands upon the windowsill like whispers of our life. Your laughter moves like shadows across the frozen glass. Each flake recalls a moment too precious not to last. And though the world keeps turning beyond the winter wind, your warmth returns to meet me where memories begin. The snow that knows my heart still carries you to me, a soft and drifting miracle that time cannot unsee. Though years may blur the details and seasons pull apart, I still feel you in the snowfall, in the snow that knows my heart. Some love survives in silence, some lives in winter's breath, and yours remains the gentlest of all I ever kept. The snow that knows my heart falls deeper every year, a quiet cinematic glow that draws your memory near. And even when the cold is long and nights grow wide apart, you're here in every snowfall, tonight across the silent sky. A whisper drifting weightlessly, too soft to say goodbye. It brushed against my memories like snowfall on my skin, a tender winter echo of where our hearts have been. The night was cold and quiet, but somehow full of grace, as if the wind remembered the shape of your embrace. The snowfall that carried your voice still lingers in the air, a drifting cinematic line that pulls me back to where the world felt calm and gentle and time moved like a choice. I hear you in December, in the snowfall of your voice. Some voices stay forever, beyond the reach of time, and yours remains the closest to something still divine. The snowfall that carried your voice still finds me in the night, a soft and silver melody that fills the city light. Though life may change its rhythm, some echoes don't grow faint. I hear you every winter in the snowfall of your voice. Winter streets we once walked are covered now in white. The lampposts hum a quiet tune that echoes through the night. Your smile still lives in corners of every snowy lane, a memory that never melts despite the years and rain. And though we drifted slowly like snow across the town, I feel you in the silence each time the snow comes down. On the winter streets we walked, your footsteps still remain, a soft and fading tenderness that warms the winter rain. And though the world keeps moving and time rewrites the heart, I still retrace those snow-filled paths where you and I would start. If love could hold a season, it held us in its hands, a fleeting snowy miracle that no one understands. On the winter streets we walked, the memories bloom again, a gentle cinematic glow that time cannot defend. And though the snow keeps falling and life pulls us apart, I still walk those winter streets with you inside my heart. A quiet winter evening, the lamplight feels so kind. I rest my hands around a cup to ease my tired mind. The window gathers fading snow like memories on glass. They fall without a sound, reminding me of past. But here within this moment, my heart begins to slow. A gentle warmth returning that only winter knows. Warm hands, quiet evening, a peace I rarely see. A soft and healing refuge where I can simply be. Though life may feel unsteady and nights keep intervening, I find myself restored within these warm hands, quiet evening. Some comfort asks for nothing, it only waits nearby. A little light in winter, a calm and steady sigh. Warm hands, quiet evening, still carry me tonight. A slow and tender comfort that brings my heart to life. Though storms may shake the daylight and doubts may keep on weaving, I heal again in winter's grace of warm hands, quiet evening. The cafe lights turn golden as evening starts to fall. A quiet winter shimmer that softly warms us all. I watch the drifting snowfall through windows lined with light. It feels like gentle magic that comforts me tonight. The years have shaped my stories, some happy, some unsure. But winter's tender brightness still helps my heart endure. When the cafe lights turn gold, my worries fade away. The warmth becomes a shelter at ending of the day. Though life may feel unsteady and nights may break the mold, I find a steady peace again when cafe lights turn gold. of kindness that keeps me hopeful still. When the cafe lights turn gold, they guide my tired heart. A soft and shining tenderness that helps me not fall apart. Though winter winds may tremble and troubles may unfold, I breathe again in gentle grace. When cafe lights turn gold.
When the last light touches snow, the world grows calm again. The worries of the day fade out like whispers in the wind. I breathe the winter evening, its silence deep and wide. It lays a gentle stillness across my scattered mind. The years have moved so quickly, yet this remains the same. The way the fading daylight can ease a heart in pain. When the last light touches snow, my spirit finds release. A quiet winter tenderness that lets me rest in peace. Though days may turn uncertain and storms may overflow, I'm held again by evening when the last light touches snow. Some wisdom comes from endings, some beauty fills the night, and winter paints its healing in silver fading light. When the last light touches snow, I lose my fear of change. I see the world forgiving in colors soft and strange. Though life may feel unsteady and I may move too slow, I find my quiet hope again when last light touches snow. There's a place the winter keeps, a memory of you, in quiet falling snowflakes that drift in gentle blue. Your laughter echoes faintly in corners of the cold, a warmth that held me softly before the year grew old. I walk the streets of winter, and somehow you appear, a shadow made of kindness, a whisper I still hear. find a healing peace, a slow and tender comfort that lets my worries cease. Though life keeps moving forward and days demand their plea, I breathe again in moments where the winter keeps your memory. Some love remains forever, some seasons never fade, and winter holds its treasures in silver light and shade. Where winter keeps your memory, still warms my fragile heart, a gentle, quiet presence that never drifts apart. Though storms may stir the daylight and hope feels lost to me, I rest again in places where the winter keeps your memory. I take my favorite window seat. The snow begins to fall, a world of white unfolding, like silence over all. Inside the cafe's amber light, my worries start to fade. The winter paints the quiet my heart has always craved. The years have moved so quickly, yet some things feel the same. The way a snowy morning still softly calls my name. A window seat in early snow is where my heart can heal, a place where time grows slower, a peace I know is real. Though life can turn uncertain and cold winds sometimes blow, I learned to breathe again within my window seat in snow. There's beauty in the stillness, there's mercy in the light, and winter holds a tenderness that keeps me warm tonight. A window seat in early snow still guards my fragile heart. It wraps me in a gentleness that never falls apart. Though days may change around me and storms may come and go, I hold on to the quiet of my window seat in snow.
Your name falls in the snow tonight with every quiet breeze, a whisper carried gently between the winter trees. I trace it in the frost again, where memories still stay, a tender ghost of yesterday that never blows away. The cold can't hide the longing I've carried through the years. For every winter snowfall still washes me in tears. Your name in the falling snow still shines like winter light, a fragile fading tenderness that warms the longest night. Though the wind may try to cover what the heart refuses to let go, I see you in December, your name in the falling snow. Some names are carved in seasons, some etched upon the heart, and yours is like a snowfall, too beautiful to part. Your name in the falling snow still glimmers in the white, a promise made in winter that follows me tonight. And when the dawn is quiet and all the cold winds slow, I feel you here beside me, your name in falling snow. We built a house of winter light on nights when snow would fall, a place where we could hide away from time that stole it all. Your voice would warm the corners where shadows lingered near, and every whispered promise still echoes soft and clear. The winter sky was fragile, but somehow full of grace, like every dream we guarded inside that little place. In our house made of winter light, your love still softly glows, a lantern on the windowsill that shines through drifting snow. Though the world keeps changing seasons and time moves out of sight, I still return each winter to our house of gentle light. If memories were windows, I'd step through every one to feel your hand beside me till winter days are done. In our house made of winter light, your warmth still fills the room, a quiet flame that comforts me in every cold December noon. Though life rebuilds in springtime and dawn replaces night, my heart stays in the doorway of our house of December walks beside me through streets of silver light. The echoes of your tenderness still hold me every night. Your scarf still hangs beside mine, though winters come and go, and every cold December wind still whispers what we know, that love can't be forgotten, just quietly transformed by time that keeps on passing, yet leaves the heart still warm. In December's gentle echo, I hear your voice again, a quiet winter melody that softens all my pain. Though the night is long and frozen, your warmth remains within. In December's gentle echo, I hear you once again. And if the stars could speak tonight, they'd tell me what I feel, that love is like the winter moon, silent but real. In December's gentle echo, your footsteps fill the air, a tender song that leads me back to when you were here. Though the snowfall keeps on drifting, your memory doesn't dim. In December's gentle echo, you return again. The city lights are quiet beneath December's sky, and every gentle snowflake reminds me of goodbye. We stood beneath the street lamp where time refused to move. Your hands were cold but trembling as if they already knew that winter had a secret it keeps inside the cold, that love can stay forever in hearts it never holds. Our winter never ends, it lives in every year, a silent snowy lullaby that only we can hear. Those seasons keep on changing and lives move on again. Some memories don't melt away, our winter never ends. If time could freeze a heartbeat, it would freeze the one you gave, because even now in silence your echo still remains. Our winter never ends, it lingers in the air, a soft and distant tenderness that follows everywhere. Though life may turn to springtime, my heart remembers when we loved beneath that
Tonight the snow is heavier than any year before. It falls like quiet memories outside my lonely door. Your laughter drifts in echoes across the winter sky, and every storm reminds me of the day we said goodbye. Time has melted footprints, but not the things we felt. The snowstorm keeps returning to the place where we first met. In this snowstorm of memories, I see you standing there, wrapped in silver winter light, with frost upon your hair. Though the seasons keep on changing, some storms never end. In this snowstorm of memories, you come back again. The wind carries your promise like a lantern in the cold, a warmth that keeps me breathing when the nights are growing old. In this snowstorm of memories, you're the calm within the white. Your gentle voice still guides me through my longest winter nights. Though the years keep drifting forward, some hearts never bend. In this snowstorm of memories, you return again. The last snow of our love falls gently on the street, a quiet white confession where memory and winter meet. I'll walk the path we once walked, your laughter in the air. And though the snow keeps covering, I still feel you standing there. The cold can't hide the traces of all we used to be. The winter carries whispers of what you meant to me. In the last snow of our love, your footsteps reappear like shadows painted lightly across another year. Though time keeps moving forward, some winters never fade. In the last snow of our love, you softly call my name. If snow could hold a promise, it would hold the one we made, to meet again in memories when winter fills the day. In the last snow of our love, your warmth begins to rise, a gentle fading tenderness reflected in my eyes. Though I stand alone this winter, your heart still feels enough. In the last snow of our love, I still believe.
warm December sits softly in my hands, a quiet winter moment where only comfort stands. The wind outside is trembling, but here I feel at peace, for every sip reminds me of warmth that doesn't cease. In days of tired footsteps and nights of silent tears, your gentle winter presence still calms my deepest fear. A cup of warm December can heal the coldest soul, a simple taste of tenderness that helps the heart unfold. Though life may feel unsteady and nights stretch on forever, I find my quiet strength again in a cup of warm December. A cup of warm December still fills my weary chest, a quiet healing melody that lets my spirit rest. Though winter winds may follow and storms may come whenever, I rise again with gentle hope in a cup of warm December. There's a peace that comes with winter that only time can bring, a stillness in the snowfall, a warmth beneath the wind. The world becomes more quiet, but somehow more alive. It gives the heart a moment to breathe, to rest, to try. When the cold surrounds me and days feel far too long, winter gives me space enough to find where I belong. The peace that comes with winter arrives so soft and slow, a gentle kind of healing the tired heart can know. Though storms may shake the daylight and hopes may fall or splinter, I learn to breathe again within. The peace that comes with winter. Gently, some teach us how to stay, and winter holds the quiet door that leads us on our way. The peace that comes with winter still meets me where I am, a soft and healing whisper, a warm and steady hand. Though life keeps moving forward and change is always quicker, I find my strength again
the peace that comes with winter. A small candle in the winter night still glows beside my bed, a quiet flame that comforts me when heavy thoughts are fed. Its light is soft and fragile, yet somehow strong enough to guide me through the darkness when life feels far too rough. And in its gentle flicker, I see what I have lost, but also see the courage that helped me face the frost. A small candle in the winter night still warms my weary soul, a tender spark of healing that makes the half-heart whole. Though storms may shake the windows and fears may dim the sight, I breathe a little easier near a candle in the night. Some light is quiet kindness, some burns without a flame, and even in the stillness, it softly calls my name. A small candle in the winter night still teaches me to stay, that even in the coldest times, hope finds another way. And though the winds keep trembling, my heart will be alright, as long as I remember that small but faithful light.
There's a soft light in the winter room that holds me through the night, a quiet glow of comfort that makes the cold feel light. Your memory sits beside me like a warm and gentle flame. It fills the air with kindness and softly speaks my name. When the wind begins to tremble against the window pane, your warmth becomes the reason I stand through winter rain. A soft light in the winter room still guides my weary soul, a quiet flame of healing that keeps me safe and whole. Though life may lose its color
nights may feel too soon. You keep my spirit burning, a soft light in the room. Some lights don't need a fire, they only need a heart, a glow of gentle memory that never falls apart. A soft light in the winter room still warms the frozen air, a peaceful healing tenderness that tells me you are there. And even in the coldest hours, your comfort finds me soon. In the quiet, gentle presence of a soft light in the room. The gentle way the snowfall touches the frozen ground reminds me love can whisper without a single sound. Your kindness fell upon me like snowflakes soft and light. It taught me how to breathe again on lonely winter nights. And when the world grows colder and hope is hard to see, I think of how your presence once warmed the cold in me. The gentle way snow teaches love returns to me again, a healing soft reminder of comfort you had given. Though life can feel uncertain, your memories and I learn again in winter. The gentle way snow teaches love. Some lessons come from silence, some healing from the snow, and love remains the teacher. We never cease to know. The gentle way snow teaches love. still melts my hardest days. A soft and patient tenderness that never fades away. Though everything keeps changing and nights may feel too tough, I hold the truth you left me, the gentle way snow teaches love. The healing wind of January moves quietly through the trees. It carries gentle whispers that soften memories. It brushes past my worries. It settles on my face. And suddenly the winter feels like a safer place. For even frozen mornings hold something warm inside, a hint of hope that lingers where broken hearts can hide. The healing wind of January still finds me where I stand, a soft and steady presence, a warm and caring hand. Though life may seem uncertain and nights grow cold and scary, I'm lifted by the quiet grace of the wind in January. Some comfort comes from nowhere. It meets you where you fall and shows a path to breathing beyond the frozen wall. The healing wind of January still moves my heart again, a quiet winter miracle that gently whispers then. Though storms may roll around me, my soul feels light and airy. I rise again with steady hope in the wind of January. There's warmth hidden in the snowfall. You only feel with time, a quiet kind of comfort that softly touches mine. The world may seem so frozen, but underneath the white, our memories still glowing like embers in the night. And when the cold surrounds me and days feel dark and long, I look for gentle moments that help me carry on. There's warmth hidden in the snow, a healing only winter knows, a quiet light that softly grows in every heart left low. And even through the coldest days, a gentle fire will glow. If you hold on through winter nights, you'll feel the warmth below. Some comfort comes in silence, some healing in the frost, and even frozen seasons contain the warmth we've lost. There's warmth hidden in the snow, a truth we come to learn, that even in the coldest times a spark of hope returns. And though the storms may linger long, the spring will surely show that love survives in winter as warmth beneath the snow. Your gentle winter hands still hold my heart tonight, like quiet falling snow. They soften every night. The world outside is frozen, but somehow you remain, a warmth inside the silence that melts away the pain. When life becomes too heavy and dreams are hard to find, your memory reminds me there's healing left in time. Your winter hands that hold my heart still guide me through the cold, a soft and healing tenderness that never gets too old. Those seasons may be changing, your comfort doesn't part. I live through winter gently, with your hands upon my heart. Some love is quiet magic, it warms without a flame, and yours remains the softest in every winter rain. Your winter hands that hold my heart still glow in silver light, a calm and steady presence that carries me through night. Though everything keeps shifting and life can fall apart, you heal me every winter with the warmth inside my heart. brought spring to my winter. Before I knew your face, a quiet healing presence, a calm and gentle grace. You warm the frozen edges of places deep inside, help me breathe through snowfall, where once I used to hide. You didn't speak in thunder, just kindness in the cold, a light that kept me standing. Life felt hard to hold. You brought spring to my winter. You softened all the pain. A breath of early sunlight in endless winter rain. And even though you're distant, your love remains a whisper, a seed of hope still blooming. You brought spring to my winter. Some souls are gentle healers, just passing through our days. Leave behind a season, stays in countless ways. You brought spring to my winter in ways you'll never know. A warm and healing memory melts the deepest snow. Though life may keep on changing, your kindness lingers quicker, a quiet truth I carry. You brought spring to my winter. Voice inside the quiet snow still drifts across the night, a tender winter echo that makes the darkness light. It settles on my shoulder like a memory made of air, a whisper from the seasons, reminding me you care. And when the cold grows deeper and hope seems far from view, voice becomes the comfort that gently pulls me through. Your voice inside the quiet snow still warms the frozen dark, a healing winter melody that touches every part. Though time may change life may ebb and flow, I hear your gentle presence in the whispers of the snow. Some comfort comes from distance, some love from far away. But even in the silence, your warmth is here to stay. Your voice inside the quiet snow still keeps my heart alive. A soft and healing tenderness that helps my spirit rise. Though winter winds may wander and nights may come and go, I hear your love forever in the quiet falling snow.
Your warmth beneath my winter coat still lingers even now. A gentle unseen comfort that time cannot tear down. I feel it when the snowfall blows softly through the town. A quiet healing presence that never lets me drown. And though the nights are colder than any year before, your love still wraps around me like blankets on the floor. Your warmth beneath my winter coat still keeps my spirit strong. A soft and steady tenderness I've carried all along. And even when I tremble in winds that won't let go, I'm held by something deeper. Your warmth beneath the snow. Some love is like an ember, it lives though seasons change. And yours still burns within me through every winter rain. Your warmth beneath my winter coat still calms my restless mind. A gentle winter memory, so healing, soft and kind. Though life may shift and scatter, there's one thing I still know. You're with me every winter. Your warmth beneath my coat. Snow is drifting through the evening on this quiet winter night, and I'm sitting in this peaceful cafe wrapped in gentle light. A simple cup of coffee warming softly in my hands. And here inside this quiet glow, my lonely heart understands. We've walked through many seasons, through both laughter and through pain. But somehow love kept shining on like sunlight after rain. Time has drawn its tender lines on the story of our days. Yet every year has only grown the kindness in your ways. Even when the world felt distant and I struggled just to stand, you were always there beside me with your warm and gentle hand. With a cup of coffee and a heart full of love, I can face the winter night. Even when the winds are cold, you remain my quiet light. And though the snow keeps falling down on the streets and skies above, I find my strength to live again with a heart that's full of love. The window holds the snowfall like a dream that drifts away, but your eyes are shining brighter than the winter's silver day. Life may never be perfect, but love has still been kind, leaving little sparks of hope in the corners of my mind. We've seen mornings full of sunlight, we've cried through silent nights, yet love kept standing faithfully like a never-fading light. With a cup of coffee and a heart full of love, I can face the winter night. Even when the winds are cold, you remain my quiet light. And though the snow keeps falling down on the streets and skies above, I find my strength to breathe again with a heart that's full of love. If I ever lose my courage or my spirit starts to fall, I'll remember winter evenings when your love carried it all. Your presence is my shelter, your voice can calm my fear, and suddenly the frozen world feels warmer when you're near. So with a cup of coffee and a heart full of love, on this calm and snowy day, I feel hope begin to rise again in a gentle, peaceful way. So let the winter softly stay, let the silent snowfall roam, with love still burning in my heart. I know I'm safely home. Snow keeps falling through the night, but my soul feels warm and true, because every winter I survive still leads me back to you. This quiet winter morning, I sit by the cafe glass, cold breath on the window as the people slowly pass. A gentle cup of coffee numbs the trembling in my hands, and all the heavy yesterdays feel lighter where I stand. Outside the snow is falling like the pages of my years, some filled with gentle laughter, some stained by silent tears. But in this tiny moment, I feel something start to glow, like steam that slowly rises. Hope begins to show. In this coffee cup, I taste a bit of life again, bitter at the start, but warmth remains in the end. And I whisper to myself, there's still a brighter day. Even winter carries light along the way. So I breathe and I stay in this quiet cafe. I've walked through many seasons, I've lost and I've survived. Sometimes I nearly faded, but somehow I'm still alive. Every simple heartbeat feels like proof that I can stay, and faith returns so softly, like sunlight finding its way. In this coffee cup, I taste a bit of life again, bitter at the start, but warmth remains in the end. And I whisper to myself, there's still a brighter day. Even winter carries light along the way. So I breathe and I stay in this quiet cafe. There were nights I almost gave in, times I felt too tired to try, but here I am still breathing, watching winter pass me by. Inside me burns a gentle flame, too small to see, but still alive. In this coffee cup, I hold tomorrow in my hands, stronger than the fear, softer than demand. Snow may fall and winds may cry outside, but hope sits quietly right here by my side. In this winter cafe, I find my heart again. December leans against the sky, its breath a quiet shade of blue. The cafe doors release the warmth that tells me morning still feels new. My coffee glows beneath the lights, a little universe of gold. I wrap my hands around its heat and feel a strength I nearly sold.
And through the window's frozen surface I can see the world reset, as if winter's gentle silence helps me loosen old regrets. A cup of light in December, a spark the cold can't steal away. In the softness of the morning I reclaim a lost today, while the snow drifts down like feathers and the world feels calm and slow. I gather hope in quiet measure, like a lantern in the snow. The chairs are filled with gentle souls, escaping winter's steady chill. Their whispered laughter blends with mine, a harmony the cold can't still. I take another warming sip and breathe the peace it seems to bring, a lullaby of roasted air that melts the frost from everything. Maybe healing happens slowly, but it always finds the way. Maybe winter isn't ending, just preparing brighter days. And in this humble cup I'm holding lies a sunrise pure and bright, a soft reminder in December that I'm worthy of the light. A spark the cold can't steal away. In the softness of the morning I reclaim a lost today, while the snow drifts down like feathers and the world feels calm and slow. I gather hope in quiet measure, like a lantern in the snow. Snow rests on the sidewalks, quiet like a page. The world outside the window turns softly with the age. My coffee warms my fingers, my heart begins to stir. The sunrise paints the skyline in gentle shades of blue. I watch the light awaken, spilling hope across the floor. Every breath I take reminds me I'm stronger than before. And a new day through the window calls my spirit to unfold. In the hush of winter morning I feel courage taking hold. All the worries, all the shadows fade like frost in golden hue. With my coffee and the sunrise I can start my life anew. The cafe door is opening, a chime begins to ring. Strangers share their stories without saying anything. A quiet kind of knowing that we're all finding ways to rise above the snowfall and greet the coming day. Maybe hope is simple, a warm seat by the glass, a soft reminder whispered that hard times always pass. And a new day through the window makes the cold world feel warm too. Every step I take this morning feels like something breaking through. Let the sunlight write my future in a bright and gentle hue. With my coffee and the sunrise, I believe in something new. A quiet chair, a wooden table. Winter writes its breath on glass. Outside, the world is moving slow. Inside, I let the moment last. No rush to be somewhere else. I finally sit with myself at a table by the winter window. Coffee warms my hands and soul. Snow keeps falling soft and honest, like it knows what I don't know. Every morning asks me gently, are you ready to begin? In this cafe, in this silence, hope is finding me again. Yesterday feels far away, like footprints covered up in white. The light is learning how to stay, turning doubts into daylight. I don't need the perfect sign, just a reason to believe this time. By the winter window, coffee warms my hands and soul. Snow keeps falling soft and honest, like it knows what I don't know. Every morning asks me gently, are you ready to begin? In this cafe, in this silence, hope is finding me again. If the road ahead feels unclear, step by step from here. No promises, no need to run, just trust the rising sun. At a table by the winter window, I let my tired heart unfold. Snow may cover all the answers, but the light is growing bold. Every breath becomes a reason, every sip a quiet friend. In this cafe, in this moment, I believe I can begin. Morning stays, I stay too. The early sun is forming a halo through the snow. It paints the frosted windows in amber's gentle glow. The footsteps on the pavement are softened by the cold, and silence feels like something that's waiting to unfold. Inside this little cafe, I breathe the rising steam and feel the quiet morning invite me to a dream. For every winter story has light between the seams, a whisper from the sunrise that stirs forgotten dreams. As the quiet morning learns my name, I feel a shift I can't explain, a warmth inside this coffee cup that wakes my heart again. The sunlight through the window turns fear into a flame, a gentle glow that spreads across the parts I couldn't claim. Yes, the quiet morning slowly learns my name. A stranger hums a melody, the barista starts to grin. The room begins to gather, a sense of peace within. The clinking of the porcelain, the rising winter light become a kind of symphony that softens every fight. And I sit in the corner, discovering my breath, while sunlight draws a pathway across the cold and mess. I never knew that mornings could feel like starting clean, a place where hope awakens in places rarely seen. As the quiet morning learns my name, my worries lose their claim. A tender sense of clarity begins to loosen pain. The winter cafe glow feels calm and unashamed, and here I sit remembering the strength I still can gain. Maybe life was gentler than I allowed it to be. Maybe morning always waited for eyes that wish to see. And though the nights were heavy, the daylight holds a key that opens up the corners of who I'm meant to be. As the quiet morning learns my name, my spirit finds its aim. The sunrise lifts the shadows and nothing feels the same. With coffee warming both my hands, I rise from where I came. For now the quiet morning finally knows my name. The city's breathing half asleep. Snow still clings to quiet streets. Inside this cafe, time feels kind, like it's waiting just for mine. No headlines, no voices loud, just coffee steam and a peaceful sound. Before the city wakes up slow, I make a promise only I know, that today I'll try, I won't pretend, that hope is something I can lend to my tired heart, my restless mind. Like morning light, I'll be on time. The cup is warm, the window clear. Yesterday is nowhere near. Snow begins to disappear, as if it heard I'm staying here. Every small step starts this way. One quiet, honest choice to stay before the city wakes up slow. I make a promise, only I know that today I'll try. I won't pretend that hope is something I can lend to my tired heart, my restless mind. Like morning light, I'll be on time. If the world asks more than I can give, I'll answer softly, I'll still live. No perfect map, no certain sign, just faith in one step at a time. Before the city opens wide, I feel the strength I kept inside. Snow may melt, but I remain standing calm beneath the rain. With coffee, warmth, and morning air, I choose to believe I'll get The door opens, the day begins. The snow begins its quiet dance across the early morning roads. The cafe lights awaking to their amber glow, dissolving cold. I walk inside and shake the frost. The warmth surrounds me like a song, a place where winter doesn't feel quite as sharp or quite as long. And though the world is frozen, my heart begins to thaw. In simple signs of comfort I'd forgotten I once saw. Cafe lights in the falling snow, a gentle place my worries go. With a cup between my hands, I remember what I used to know. That hope survives the winter winds and rises softly in the glow of cafe lights in the falling snow. The steam curls up like whispered prayers and settles on the window's frame. I watch reflections gather there like quiet echoes of my name. The morning crowd begins to stir, scarves and gloves and snowy shoes. And suddenly the world feels full of tiny, hopeful winter clues. Maybe joy arrives unnoticed, maybe peace is found in small and overlooked December moments when our backs are to the wall. But somewhere in the soft piano and the scent of roasted beans, I find a piece of who I was and who I still can be. Cafe light lights in the falling snow, a gentle place my worries go. With a cup between my hands, I remember what I used to know, that hope survives the winter winds and rises softly in the glow of cafe lights in the falling snow. Before the sun arrives to paint the rooftops gold and pale blue skies, I sit alone beside this cup and watch the winter shadows rise. The cafe hums in quiet tones, a calm that settles in my chest. Outside the frost draws fragile lines, inside my heart finds needed rest. Every winter feels like waiting for a door to open wide. Every sip feels like a promise that the cold won't stay inside. So I breathe in the warmth, let it soften the ache. Let the dawn take its time as the snow fall away. With this coffee in hand, I can feel something move. All the pieces of hope finding space to improve. In the hush of the morning, I quietly rise with my coffee before the sun arrives. The wooden floor, the gentle light, the distant sound of closing books. It feels like every winter hour is softer than it ever looks. And though my heart has known its storms, today it beats a bit more clear. The warmth inside this little cup reminds me brighter days are near. Maybe morning isn't sunlight, maybe morning starts within. Maybe hope is born in moments where the quiet first begins. As the daylight slowly gathers and the sky turns warm and wide, I rise with one small promise that I'll meet the world outside. So I breathe in the warmth, let it soften the ache. Let the dawn take its time as the snow fall away. With this coffee in hand, I can feel something move. All the pieces of hope finding space to improve. In the hush of the morning, I quietly rise with my coffee before the sun arrives. Morning frost is settling on rooftops lined with white. The sleepy winter silence turns silver in the light. I sit beside the window, my coffee breathing steam, thinking of the moments I once forgot to dream. The city slowly brightens, a soft forgiving tone, a quiet kind of welcome that tells me I'm not alone. With every sip the world feels gentler than before, a warmth that
the coldness across my inner floor. Coffee by the first light, healing me in small ways. Winter finds a softness inside these peaceful days. Hope is in the sunrise, golden on the snow, a sign that I'll keep moving wherever life may go. Coffee by the first light, I feel my spirit grow. And whispers, a rider taps the air, creating brand new futures with dreams they choose to share. A gentle song is playing above the quiet crowd, a melody of comfort that's warm but not too loud. I breathe in all the stillness, the calm around the room, and think of how the morning removes the night's old gloom. I'm learning how to notice the softest forms of grace, the kindness of the sunrise touching every face. Coffee by the first light, guiding me through slow hours. Every sip reminds me that even pain has powers to turn into a lesson, to show me where to stand. The morning shines its wisdom across this quiet land. Maybe hope is fragile, but fragile still can shine. A single winter morning can realign the mind. And though I walk uncertain through days I hardly know, the light that fills this cafe still tells me where to go. Oh, coffee by the first light, lifting me again. A sunrise glowing softly writes peace upon my skin. I'm ready for the journey, no matter where it leads, with winter skies above me and warmth for all my needs. Coffee by the first light, I rise from inner seas. The winter wind is whispering outside the cafe wall, but here inside this quiet place I hardly feel it all. A simple cup of coffee resting gently in my hand, and somehow life feels softer than I used to understand. I've walked through many seasons, watched so many moments fade, carried heavy memories and promises I never made. But sitting here this morning, breathing slowly in the calm, I feel my restless heart begin to slowly open up. Coffee by the winter window feels like comfort I can hold, even when the world is frozen. There is warmth inside my soul. Snow may fall and time may pass, but I'm still here, I still I may not have all answers, I may not always be strong, but somehow I keep standing, somehow I keep holding on. Coffee by the winter window feels like comfort I can hold, even when the world is frozen. There is warmth inside my soul. Snow may fall and time may pass, but I'm still here, I still last in this quiet winter cafe. Hope is finding me today. I've known sorrow, I've known pain, I've walked through storm and pouring rain, but every time I feared the end, life gently took my hand again. Coffee by the winter window feels like faith I didn't see. Silent strength and gentle healing, waking quietly in me. Let the winter stay a while, I will face it with a smile in this peaceful winter cafe. I find myself again today. Snow is falling on the city tonight, and I'm sitting in this quiet cafe light with a cup of coffee warming up my hands, trying to breathe, trying to understand. There's a little jazz song playing slow, soft piano like the falling snow, and through the smoke and golden glow I feel a kind of love only winter seems to know. We've walked through storms and lonely years, through silent nights and hidden tears. Somehow love kept burning slow, like an ember in the coldest snow. Time has written stories on our face, but still your eyes are my favorite place. Every winter I've survived, you're the reason I'm alive. And in this smoky winter cafe with coffee steam rising in the air, hope sits quietly beside me, like love pulling up a chair. Even when the world feels distant and the nights are hard to face, your love becomes a gentle warmth that fills this little place. The window holds the winter blue, but all I really see is you. In every quiet breath I take. You're the warmth that doesn't break. Life has not been perfect, no, but love still found a way to grow. And in this jazz-soaked winter night, your memory keeps my heart alive. So here inside this winter cafe, with this fading lullaby of sound, I find a little hope again in the love that I have found. Even when my soul feels tired and the road is hard to see, your love remains the steady flame still burning inside me. If I lose my strength someday and the music fades away, I'll remember nights like this where love still quietly exists. Your voice becomes my shelter, your smile becomes my song, and suddenly the frozen world doesn't feel so wrong. So let the snowfall paint the night, let the jazz keep playing low. With coffee, love, and winter dreams, I'll find the strength to grow. Because as long as love still whispers softly through my life, I know this heart can carry on through every winter night. Coffee, smoke, winter air, love still breathing everywhere in this quiet cafe light. I'm alive tonight. Snow is resting on the empty road. Morning hums in a softer tone. I sit alone where the window side, watching clouds of breath drift by. Every worry takes a seat, leaves its weight here at my feet. In the steam of my coffee cup, I feel my courage waking up. This quiet cafe knows my name. Even winter feels less cold when I let my heart be bold. Hope is whispering, try again. Old songs play from yesterday, but they don't sound the same today. There's a light behind the snow, teaching tired hearts how to glow. I don't need the answers now, just a reason to allow. In the steam of my coffee cup, I feel my courage waking up. This quiet cafe knows my name. Even winter feels less cold when I let my heart be bold. Hope is whispering, try again. If tomorrow too much of me, I'll meet it slowly, honestly.
One warm sip, one gentle breath. I choose life instead of doubt. In the steam of my coffee cup, I see the road that's opening up. Morning writes a softer plan. Snow keeps falling calm and slow, but inside a fire grows. I still believe in who I am. The door swings wide, the day begins with quiet hope. I step in.
The winter street is quiet, snow is falling through the night, and I'm sitting by this cafe window in the soft and golden light. A cup of gentle coffee warming slowly in my hand, and somehow in this peaceful moment life feels easy to understand. We've walked through so many seasons, through the laughter and the pain, but love has always stayed with us like a shelter from the rain. Time has written gentle stories in the lines around our eyes, yet still there lives a tender spark that never truly dies. And in this little winter cafe, love still feels so warm and real, like coffee in a trembling hand. It's the comfort that I feel, even when the world grows cold and hope seems far above. I find my strength again in the simple taste of love. Outside the snow keeps falling, but my heart is calm and clear, because every winter memory still whispers you are near. Life may change and seasons fade, and dreams may come and go, but love remains the steady flame that softly melts the snow. So here inside this quiet cafe, with the winter all around, I hear a gentle, hopeful song in every little sound. And deep within this grateful heart, where faith and memories live, I find the will to carry on with all the love I still can give.
Snow is drifting through the evening on this quiet winter street, and I'm sitting in a little cafe where my heart and memories meet. A simple cup of coffee slowly warming up my hands, and here inside this gentle light my weary soul understands.
We've walked through many winters, through the sunshine and the rain, through days that made us laugh out loud and nights that carried pain. But every time the world felt cold and hope was hard to see, your love became a steady flame, still burning deep in me. The world keeps changing day by day, and years keep moving on, but love still writes its quiet song that never once is gone. There is hope beside my coffee cup on this calm and snowy night, like a warmth that gently rises through the soft and golden light. Even when the road is long and life is hard to face, your love becomes the gentle strength that fills this tender place. The window holds the snowfall like a dream that floats in air, but the truest warmth I feel tonight comes from knowing you are there. Time has left its tender stories etched upon our face, yet every year has only grown the kindness of your grace. We've seen the days of laughter, we've cried through silent nights, yet love kept standing faithfully like a never-fading light. There is hope beside my coffee cup on this calm and snowy night, like a warmth that gently rises through the soft and golden light. Even when the road is long and life is hard to face, your love becomes the gentle strength that fills this tender place. If ever I grow weary or my courage starts to fall, I'll remember winter evenings when love carried it all. Your voice becomes my shelter, your presence calms my fear, and suddenly the frozen world feels warmer when you're near. So hope remains beside my coffee cup as the winter drifts outside, and I feel my spirit breathe again with a quiet, peaceful pride. So let the winter softly stay, let the snowy silence roam. With love and hope inside my heart, I know I'm safely home. Snow keeps falling through the night, but my heart feels calm and true, because every winter I survive still leads me back to you. Winter morning settles softly on the town. Snow is falling slowly as I'm sitting looking out. A simple cup of coffee warms the trembling in my hands, and all the heavy thoughts inside begin to gently land. I've walked through many winters, I've carried many days. Some were filled with laughter, some were lost in shades of gray. But here inside this moment, everything feels still.
And somewhere deep within my heart I feel a little will. In the steam of my coffee, hope begins to rise, like a gentle flame that never truly dies. Even when the world feels heavy, cold and slow, there's a quiet strength inside I didn't know. So I breathe and I stay, and I feel a better day on the way. The window holds the snowfall like a painting made of time. And for the first time in a while I feel like I'll be fine. Life hasn't left its marks on me, but that just means I've lived. And somehow through the hardest days I never truly quit. In the steam of my coffee, hope begins to rise, like a gentle flame that never truly dies. Even when the world feels heavy, cold and slow, there's a quiet strength inside I didn't know. So I breathe and I stay, and I feel a better day on the way. There were nights I almost faded, days I felt so tired and jaded, but through it all my heart held on, and somehow here I still belong. In the steam of my coffee I see tomorrow shine, warmer than the fear that once was mine. Snow may fall and winter may remain, but hope sits softly in my heart again. In this peaceful winter cafe I find the strength to stay. Snow is fading on the ground. Morning finds its gentle sound. I take a breath, I take my time. This quiet cafe feels like mine. Every doubt begins to rest. I don't need to pass the test. Hope tastes like morning coffee, warm and strong, it stays with me. Even winter learns to bend when I choose to start again. In this light, in this calm air, I remember who I am. Yesterday no longer pulls like it used to, sharp and cold. Every sip reminds my heart this is where the healing starts. I don't need the perfect day, just a reason not to turn away. Hope tastes like morning coffee, simple truth inside of me. Snow may fall, but I won't hide. I walk slowly toward the light. In this cafe, in this place, I forgive my own mistakes. If the road ahead feels long, I'll still move, I'll still be strong. Not because I know the end, but because I choose to stay.
today sets me free. Winter ends in its own time, but this heart of mine will shine with every step, with every breath. I believe in what comes next. The cup is empty, but I'm full. I don't fall in love like I used to. I've learned the weight of words. I don't chase the sound of forever. I listen first, then you looked at me like staying was simple. So I choose you quietly. No crowds, no grand parade. Between the coffee and the silence, I made my faith. I've lived long enough to know what lasts and what runs away. So I choose you quietly every day. I've seen love built on fireworks, burn out in the rain. I'd rather hold your honest hand than something loud and fake. This feels like truth without the noise, and just real. So I choose you quietly. No crowds, no grand parade. Between the coffee and the silence, I made my faith. I've lived long enough to know what lasts and what runs away. So I choose you quietly every day. If tomorrow tests our patience, or the past calls my name, I won't run, I won't pretend, I'll stay. I choose you quietly when the world moves fast. In simple mornings, empty cups and shadows from the past. Let the winter keep its distance. We're warmer this way. I choose you quietly every day. No promises spoken, just kept. A small light on my table glows against the chill the winter throws. A tiny flame, a steady friend, a warmth that winters cannot bend. I sit alone but feel held tight by this quiet morning light.
The world outside moves slow and gray, but here the colors find their way. Coffee steam and amber tones rest upon my tired bones. The smallest light, the softest flame, whispers gently, calls my name.
Maybe hope was always near,
Waiting for a place to appear.
and graceful.
The frost along the window's edge melts beneath the warming pledge. I place my worries in the glow, watch them loosen, watch them go. And in this calm I come to see the strength that slowly grows in me.
No firestorm, no shining blaze, just little lights in quiet ways. That's how courage starts to grow, soft and steady, warm and slow. A small light on my table, teaching me that I am able, holding steady, kind and stable, more than just a passing fable. A small light on my table, turning winter into cradle.
Frosted echoes on the quiet road, hold the steps we once both strode. Every heartbeat softly flowed with the weight of love we owed. Snowfall hums our old refrain, gentle like a whispered name. Nothing ever stays the same, but winter keeps your flame. Frosted echoes on the quiet road, guide me where your memory glowed. Even when the night grows cold, your warm walks beside my soul. I still wonder where we stood in this silent winter wood. Yellow lamps through falling snow show the paths we used to know. Even now their shadows grow where our dreams refuse to go. If I follow winter's breath past the things we left for death, maybe I will find what's left. Love surviving in its depth. Frosted echoes on the quiet road, songs we whisper soft and slow. Even though the years have passed, love like ours was built to last. I still hear you as I go through the calm of winter snow. Golden lines across the floor, sliding through the cafe door. The winter light arrives so slow.
touching places I don't show. I wrap my hands around the heat and feel my heartbeat softly beat. Snow outside collects in streams, but sunlight threads through fragile seams. It paints the table, warms the chair. A quiet kindness in the air, and though the night felt cold and long, this gentle glow is growing strong. Maybe this is how it starts, a light that mends the smaller parts. Golden lines across the floor, teaching me I'm worth much more. Warming where I've closed the door, healing what I once ignored. Across the floor, a light I'm learning to explore. Coffee steam begins to rise, blurring thoughts behind my eyes. I breathe it in, a humble grace, a softness filling up my space. Every ray that finds my skin feels like hope inviting in. Maybe light arrives to stay, even when I look away. Maybe I don't have to chase the glow that meets me in this place. Golden lines across the floor, folding warmth into my core, letting me believe once more that brighter days are what I'm for. Golden lines across the floor, a quiet light I can't ignore. Golden lines across the floor, sliding through the cafe door. The winter light arrives so slow, touching places I don't show. I wrap my hands around the heat and feel my heartbeat softly beat. Snow outside collects in streams, but sunlight threads through fragile seams. It paints the table, warms the chair, a quiet kindness in the air. And though the night felt cold and long, this gentle glow is growing strong. Maybe this is how it starts, a light that mends the small across the floor, a light I'm learning to explore. Coffee steam begins to rise, blurring thoughts behind my eyes. I breathe it in, a humble grace, a softness filling up my space. Every ray that finds my skin feels like hope inviting in. Maybe light arrives to stay, even when I look away. Maybe I don't have to chase the glow that meets me in this place. Golden lines across the floor, folding warmth into my core, letting me believe once more that brighter days are what I'm for. Golden lines across the floor, a quiet light I can't ignore. Holding the cup, I breathe again, letting go of shadows where I've been. The morning hush feels soft and wide, a calmer world on the other side. I sip the warmth and close my eyes, let silence answer all my whys. Outside the snow collects in lines, soft as half-forgotten signs. People rush, but I stay slow, a little pocket where I grow. The cold can't reach this gentle place, where coffee warms my hidden space. And every time the fear returns, a tiny flame inside still burns. Hold the cup, hold the day, tell myself I'll find my way. Even winter can't turn me gray, hope is warmer anyway. Hold the cup, hold the day, let my quiet courage stay. There's something healing in the steam, a fragile map to all I dream. I trace it lightly with my breath, a promise climbing out of death. And though the world may overwhelm,
I learned to take back my own realm. Softly, softly I begin, a tiny strength beneath my skin. And with each sip I understand how gentle hope can guide my hand. Hold the cup, hold the day, let the morning show the way. Winter winds may come to sway, but still my heart will find its say. Hold the cup, hold the day, warmth will lead me through the gray.
The morning glows along the wall, a quiet warmth that starts so small. I sit beside the window frame, feeling lighter than I came. The winter world is pale outside, but here a golden light resides. The cup between my fingers warms the places where my heart was warm. A streak of sun across my sleeve reminds me what I still believe. Even in the coldest days, light finds such unexpected ways. It touches me so tenderly, as if it's always known my need. The light that waits for me even when I lose the key, even when I fall too deep. It holds the part I'm meant to keep. The light that waits for me, a gentle, quiet guarantee. People rush along the street, leaving clouds of frosted feet. But I stay still and let the shine warm this fragile heart of mine. There's something sacred in the glow, a truth I'm learning soft and slow. Maybe healing's not a fight, but choosing to step toward the light. Maybe hope was always here, waiting through each frozen year. The light that waits for me see. Shining through the frosted pane, morning light returns again. A quiet touch on worn out days, softening the frozen haze. I sit beside the window's edge, warmth replacing winter's pledge. The world outside is wide and still, covered in the season's chill. But through the glass a golden thread stitches hope where fear had spread. A gentle glow, a slow embrace, a silent promise taking place. Maybe light is meant for the steam rise from my cup, carrying little prayers up. Reflections shimmer on the glass, moments meant to gently pass. And every second that I stay, my worries slowly drift away. Maybe the heart learns how to heal from tiny lights that feel so real. And even in the coldest times, a little spark begins to climb. Steam rises like a prayer, curling slowly through the air. Morning carries quiet grace, filling up this little space. I hold my cup with tender hands, trying hard to understand how such a small and simple thing can help a wounded heart take wing. Snowflakes drift outside the door, soft reminders of before. But in this corner, warm and bright, I feel myself return to light. Our fears dissolve like breath on glass, a fleeting grief that learns to pass. Steam rising like a prayer, lifting up the weight I bear. In this winter cafe air, hope grows quiet, kind and fair. Steam rising like a prayer, a soft confession whispered there. There's music humming low behind, a comfort to my scattered mind. The world is loud beyond these walls, but here a gentler echo calls. I steady all the doubt I feel. Let morning teach me how to heal. Maybe peace is something brewed, a warm belief that's slowly renewed. Maybe faith is simply this, a sip, a breath, a fragile bliss. Steam rising like a prayer, warming all the places bare. Even if the storms ensnare, I'll find my breath, I'll breathe, repair. Steam rising like a prayer, a winter hope beyond compare. Steam rising like a prayer, lifting softly through the air. Winter morning cold and pale, but here the warmth begins to sail. I wrap my fingers round the cup, let quiet courage lift me up. The snow outside is white and deep, a world that's learning how to sleep. But in this room a golden thread unravels where my fears have spread. I take a sip, a gentle star, it settles in my weathered heart. Maybe peace arrives this way, small and steady, day by day. Steam rising like a prayer, smoothing out the hidden wear, telling me I'm still repaired, even when I'm unaware. Steam rising like a prayer, hope returning through the air. The window glows with filtered light, a soft escape from restless night. I breathe again, I feel again, a slow release I can't explain. The world may freeze beyond the glass, but here the gentle moments pass. And maybe healing doesn't shout, it finds a way to melt the doubt. Maybe all I need to share is one warm sip, one answer prayer. Steam rising like a prayer, weaving warmth in winter's lair, finding pieces I can bear, teaching me to give them air. Steam rising like a prayer, a softer heart laid bare. Cold air clings to every door, yet a warmth lives in me even more. It rises slow with every sip, a promise resting on my lips. The morning feels both sharp and kind, a fragile balance in my mind.
Frosty chairs line the snowy street, but here my heart finds a steady beat. The cup I hold becomes a shield, a gentle truth, a cold revealed. That strength is found in quiet ways, in winter's soft and silver haze. The warmth you can't see still rises inside me, a quiet winter victory, brewed gently, patiently. The warmth you can't see, but it sets my spirit free. The morning hum begins to grow as people step through drifting snow. But in this corner, slow and small,
I feel a peace that holds it all. A moment meant for only me, a private cup of clarity. Some warmth is hidden deep within, a slow awakening to begin. And though the world is cold outside, I feel a spark I cannot hide. The warmth you can't see still rises inside me, guiding me to who I'll be. Softly, gently, steadily, the warmth you can't see, but it's choosing to believe in me.